Yo guys, welcome back to another World of Warcraft guide for Legion. This is going to be my World of Warcraft Legion guide for Fire Mage in this current expansion. We're just going to cover rotation, the opener, artifactory, and the path you should follow, or I suggest you do follow, and talents, and let me think of the last one, stat priority. We'll go over this all anyway during the video. So let's just start out with what's changed from the Fire Mage in Legion to how it's changed from what? 2 seconds, because I've got the driest mouth, I've got the sorest throat at the moment. Sweet. So what has changed then? Combustion now increases the critical strike by 100% and the mastery by the amount equal to your crit. And this happens for 10 seconds. So I'll show you now. If I bring up my character slot, combustion. So here I have 47% crit. Okay. So when I hit combustion, that goes to 147%. Yeah, all that remaining crit, 47%, gets transferred into your mastery, okay? Which in turn gives your mastery harder ticks on each boss. So your ignites are going to hit for double, and they're going to hit even harder than what they usually do. So stacking crit is good. It's your main priority for a fire mage, because the more crit you stack, the more it's going to transfer into mastery, and the more you're just going to fucking annihilate every fucker in your path and just burn shit. And that's what you love doing, because you're a fire mage. Right, so Inferno Strike is no longer here. Yeah, gone are the days of Inferno Strike. What was the Inferno Strike? Gone. Right, it's now called Fire Blast, and we have 2 charges. Fire Blast here. Blast enemy for 42,545 damage. This damage is always a crit. Unaffected by global cooldown and can be casted while moving. So if you're moving, you can cast Fire Blast, yeah, unaffected by global cooldown, which means you can use this ability whilst casting other abilities. Meaning, if I did fire Fireball, I can cast a Fire Blast, yeah. This is what you need. You'll be using this a lot to get your heating up procs into a hot streak procs, and you'll see that more as I go into the guide later. But yeah, very helpful Fire Blasts, especially with a talent taken called Flame On, which we'll go into later. For on-demand DPS, it's outstanding. Ignite now spreads automatically every 2 seconds to nearby enemies, making it exceptionally strong on stacked mobs. So if you've got a DK in your group, or it doesn't matter, any sort of stacked mobs, and say for example, yeah, the DKs grits them all in, and they're all there, and your ignite spreading every 2 seconds, ticking every 2 seconds to all them mobs. Plus you're probably smashing in instant flame strikes onto the targets. Plus you've got your living bomb ticking. You're going to be doing insane DPS, trust me. I've seen it, I've done it, especially if you've seen the storm as well, hitting all the targets. Trust me, you are a force to be fucking reckoned with in dungeons. Trust me now. Trust me now. Right. Let's move on then. So what strengths has the Fire Mage got? Well, at the moment, yeah, they've got great burst damage, yeah. That is one of the main things why Fire Mages love so much, because of their opener. They could be hitting up to like 400 to 1 mil on opener with the right gear. They do insane burst damage. And how Fire Mage is played is you're literally just building up for them burst windows. So you're literally constantly building up for combustion and your runner power windows, and you'll see that later as I go into the guide and show you the rotation. But yeah, so that's one strength. Great burst damage, very effective cleave on stacked mobs and groups, as we just said, because your ignite it automatically passes every it automatically hops to a new target every 2 seconds. Bear in mind as well, if you do take talent living bomb, the target becomes a living bomb, taking 33k damage, yeah, then exploding and dealing an additional 24k damage and spreading. So every 4 seconds this is spreading to different targets. Leaving bomb in dungeons, or if you've got higher packs of mobs, take it. I always take it in dungeons because it is exceptionally strong against AoE. But obviously it's completely up to you what talent you take. Exceptionally high mobility. This goes without saying. Fire mages are just crazy when it comes to mobility. You just can't beat them. Like you've got a talent called Shimmer. Yeah, that gives you 2 charges of blink. You literally, you've got Ice Flows, gives you 3 charges, so you can cast while moving. So if I'm looking here and I cast Ice Flows, I can cast my Fireball while I was moving. Yeah? Absolutely brilliant. And as well, if you're casting Fireball and you Shimmer, you still cast. Absolutely amazing, especially in PvP, if you're sheeping someone and he's coming towards you and you're throwing in a sheep, right? So if you're throwing in a sheep, and then you Shimmer, boom, you're still casting it. So you're getting away from the target whilst casting that that sheep on the target. Outstanding mobility as a fire mage. The talents for the mobility are Ice Flows, makes your next mage spell with a cast time shorter than 10 seconds. So you basically can cast whilst moving, and Shimmer. Absolutely outstanding, guys. I can't express enough how good they are. How good they are. It's so good. Alright, moving on then. Great at nuking down focus priority adds. Yep, goes without saying. You're in a dungeon or you're in a raid and an extra mob pops up. You can switch to that mob and you can DPS it and hound that target down rapid. Yeah, because you can utilise the abilities you've got. You've got unused DPS, you've got Flame on, you've got Cinderstorm, you've got your Phoenix Flames, you've got your Fire Blast charges, and then you can reset it again. Don't forget you got your Living Bomb or whatever you need to use. Don't use that in single target low. It is a DPS loss, so just bear that in mind. Yeah, but outstanding, absolutely outstanding. Let's move on then. Weaknesses. Okay, so let's talk about the Fire Mage's weaknesses. There's no spread cleave or multi-dot, yeah? You're not a Shadow Priest, you're not multi-dotting people up with Shadow Word Pain, you're not doing all that sort of jazz, you know what they do, Vampiric Touch and all that crap. You don't do that as a Fire Mage, you don't have a multi-dot to maintain, okay? So that moves us on to our second weakness, which isn't a big weakness really, but its cleave is automatic, making damage stops on target. So if you want to stop damage on target like that by cancelling it off, you can't because it's automatic. Yeah, you all know if you're a fire mage, you've been through a dungeon, right, and you pull that fucking turtle or that seagull because your ignite spreaded accidentally to it. It fucking rages you because it's fucking. It takes about half an hour to get the fucker down. It's a joke, yeah, but this is just one weakness we've got. You can't just stop our damage. It's automatic, okay? Okay, guys. Let's move on to our next then. Right, that moves us in quite nicely into important procs as a fire mage. Okay, so a fire mage has a couple of important procs that are basically their priority resource, what they'll be utilising throughout their encounter. Yeah, number one being heated up. Okay, this is a passive ability and it will proc every time you crit on the target. So let's hope for a crit now and we'll fireball onto the target. Yes, we did, we got a crit. So we've got heating up. Scored a spell critical, a second spell critical, and a row will make your next pyroblast flame strike instant. Okay? So you fireball to get your thingy, to get your heating up, and then you fire blast to get your hot streak. And this is what you'll be using. This is bread and butter to get as many hot streaks as you can to get an instant cast pyroblast or flame strikes, depending on the situation you're in. That is your bread and butter as a fire mage. You want to be getting as many of them out as possible because your pyroblasts are your hardest hitting ability as a fire mage. And I'll go into that further into the guide. Okay, that moves us on nicely into the hot streak because I just spoke about it. It's a passive that procs once you scored a second crit onto the target. Yeah, making your next flame strike or pyroblast free cast, instant cast. Okay, guys. Okay, well, let's move on to the Fire Mage's DPS cooldowns. Yeah, we've only got a few, okay, but they're our main rotating DPS cooldowns. Obviously, because now we don't have the prismatic crystal, they've moved it to so this base combustion is now in our rotation, and we're utilising it to our best of ability to maximise that opener, and using it when it comes up off cooldown. So let's read the tooltip of combustion quickly. So combustion engulfs you in flames for 10 seconds, increases your crit by 100, and granting you mastery equal to your crit stat, unaffected by the global cooldown, and castable whilst casting, meaning you can cast it midway through whatever cast you're using. Okay, so it's off the global cooldown, which is incredible again. And then obviously, what well-known mages. Time warp, yeah. Warps the flow of time, increasing haste by 30%. All party members within 100 yards will get this and will benefit from it for 40 seconds. This is raid dependent. Beginning of the counter, you may pop it, depending if your raid leader wants to, or you may pop it at 30% or 50%. It's all raid dependent. Just make sure you don't pop it at the beginning if your raid leader don't want you to, because you're gonna get a lot of fucking hate. All right, guys, cool. Alright, so let's move on to Fire Mage's basic abilities. So these are basically what you're going to be using in your rotation pretty much all the time. So your main ability is your Fireball. Yeah, throws a fiery ball of that causes 59,557 fire damage. Okay, this is your main feather spell. You're going to be using this for your heating up procs. So you're gonna that is gonna be your main heating up proc to get your main heating up. Boom, we got it, yeah. So that's what you're gonna be using. And then as soon as you get that, you're gonna be using your Fire Blast, which we'll move on swiftly to that. And that is Fire Blast has 2 charges. It automatically crits. Casting this ability, when you cast the ability, is off the global cooldown, meaning you can cast it whilst moving or whilst using other abilities. And you can use this to generate your heating up to a hot streak proc, giving you 3 pyroblasts or 3 flame strikes. All right, guys. So they're the main ones you're going to be using to fetch out your your Christ, can't fucking talk today. Your hot streaks. All right, guys. And then that moves us on to our main hardest hitting ability, which is Pyroblast. It is our main nuke spell. Extremely long cast, yeah. Therefore, do not just hard cast this, okay? Don't just cast Pyroblast. That's 4.1 second cast. All right, that's a long time for a cast, yeah. Only use this when it's free by giving you a hot streak proc. Only use that then, unless. The only exception is if you've got the legendary shoulders, which I do have. So you will be hard casting that again when it procs. Okay, guys, that's the only time you will hard cast it. All right, because it's too long of a cast. You're gonna lose DPS. All right. Okay, so let's move on to Flame Strike then. Flame Strike's our main nuke enclave AoE. Okay, 4+ targets. It has extremely long cast time, so only use when you're in a hot streak. Okay. Again, same applies. Yeah. When you get a hot streak, the only 2 abilities you can fire are your Pyroblast or your Flame Strikes. Flame Strike AoE, Pyroblast, single target, 4 below mobs. 4 above, start Flame Striking. That's when it's going to benefit. Okay, guys. Cool. Alright, and then don't forget, guys, you've got your Dragon's Breath, instant cast, does moderate damage, and disorientates the target in a cone up to 12 yards away. Dragon's Breath is great for all situations, generally used when Fire Blast charges are on cooldown. Bear in mind though, guys, when you do get the drop for Dragon's Breath, this is going to become a normal rotation thing, because it increases your Dragon's Breath damage by 100%, so that's fucking OP, right? And then it's going to increase the range by 25. So you're going to be, excuse me, you're going to be fitting this into your rotation, guys, and you're going to be using it constantly. within the actual your main rotation, because you're going to benefit from that DPS and that range, and it's just going to rip through motherfuckers and burn shit, what we love. Alright guys, sweet. And then that moves us on to our last sort of ability, which is Scorch. Extremely weak, guys. Alright, only used when moving, really. Yeah, it's more of a filler when you move. Apart from that, don't use it, guys. It doesn't hit for nothing, really. It really don't. Yeah, so that's basically it on basic abilities. We've just done like a little run through of what you'll basically be using on as a fire mage through your rotation, pretty much constant. That you're gonna be using them constantly. You're gonna be using your fireballs to get your heating up, and you're gonna be using your fire blasts to get your hot streaks, and then you're gonna be using your pyro blasts because you've got a hot streak, because that's instant casting. Then you're gonna be using your flame strikes for AOE, 4+ mobs. Only using flame strike when you have heating up, and then you've got your dragon's breath, exceptionally good for stacked mobs. It just rips through them like a motherfucker. Make sure you're using it. And then your Scorch filler for when you're moving, guys. Cool. Let's move on to then. Right, let's move on to the talents then. For a single target perspective, right, I'm going with Pyromaniac, Cauterize, Rune of Power, Flame On, Ice Flows, Unstable Magic, Cinderstorm. That's mine. That's what I use in raid, and I'm doing well. I mean, I'm up there like top 3 DPS all the time, sometimes second. If I had a good day, I'll be first. But yeah, they're my talents that I'll use for single target. Yeah, Pyromaniac, casting Pyroblast or Flame Strike while Hot Streak is active has an 8% chance to instantly reactivate your Hot Streak. Guys, utilize this ability properly. A lot of people don't. Yeah, what I mean by that is you could be on your rotation smashing through fireballs, fire blasts, yeah, and you could get a Pyromaniac proc, and you could smash your you could hit a fire blast, so you could waste that whole proc. So just, I know you're going through your rotation when the opener, and it's fast and it's quick, but just bear in mind you could be getting a Pyromaniac proc at any time, so just make sure you're utilising that and make sure you're spotting that when it happens. Okay guys. Cauterize in effect is a second life. Any fatal damage to you is gonna fucking proc, and it's gonna save your life, and you're gonna get the fuck out there and healed up by your healer, and then you're gonna get back in the fight. Alright guys, it's a go-to for raiding. It really is. Unless you want the mobility, then Shimmer's all yours. You've got that self-heal then. You blink twice, you've got a nice little self-heal going there. Alright guys. Rune of Power, I mean, I take this because it lines up amazing with my combustion and my opener and my burst phases. That's why I take it. I mean, place a Rune of Power on the ground for 10 seconds, which increases your spell damage by 50% while you stand within 8 yards. Maximum 2 charges. Okay guys, never sit on 2 charges, always use 1. Okay, Incanter's Flow is also very strong. Alright, magical energy flows through you while in combat, building up to 20% increased damage, and then diminishing down to 4% increased damage, striking every 10 seconds. When you're up there, 20% increased damage, and you're smashing through your rotation, especially your opener, you are hitting hard with Incanter's Flow. So if that suits you, and you prefer that more, especially if you're not using Rune of Power, just taking Incanter's Flow. I mean, it's all about what playstyle you like. Incanter's Flow for a lot of people is the playstyle they like. Alright guys, so moving on to Blast Wave, Flame On, Controlled Burn. I'm taking Flame On all day long, right, because it's on use DPS, it's there, right. I know in my opener I can Flame On when I've got no charges of Fire Blast left, and I'll get an extra 2. That's going to give me an extra 2 instant cast Fire Blasts, Pyro Blasts. I'm laughing, this is what I want. Okay guys, but don't knock it, because when if you take Controlled Burn, when you gain heating up, you have a 10% chance to instantly activate Hot Streak, and this does proc a lot. Trust me, I'll show you now. Alright, boom, I've got it there. Oh no, no. You know RMG is gonna fuck me in the arse now. Boom. Okay, there you go. Alright. So it's a lot. It procs a lot, and it's completely up to you how you want to play that. But I'll go flame on for your burst phases, okay, guys? Because it lines up perfectly, and you know you've got that extra two fire blast charges then with that flame on activated. 75 then single target. I'm going ice flows all day long for the mobility. Yeah, bring a frost, ice ward. I'd say these are more PvP. Yeah, bring a frost is for like getting a druid or something like that in the frost so they can't get out, so you can just nuke them. Ice wall gives you 2 charges of frost nova. Alright, that's more towards PvP, I'd say. Living bomb exceptionally well in dungeons and stacked mobs. Yeah, I'll take that all day long. I'm always taking that in dungeons, sometimes in raid as well. If there's a lot of ads, I'll take that. And if I know it's a single nuke target, for example, Xavius, for example, I mean it's quite single target intensive. I'll take unstable magic because I know I'm going to be. My fireball has a 25% chance to explode on impact, dealing 50% additional damage to the target and enemies within 8 yards. Pretty OP, okay? It does do a lot of damage, so don't knock it until you've tried it. That shitty cliche. Tier 100 then. Kindling, Cinderstorm, Meteorite. Meteorite PvP, outstanding. Cinderstorm all day long if you want that DPS, yeah. But you got to sort of like, if you're firing Cinderstorm, you sort of got to go to the side a bit. Sort of the way you are on target, move left slightly, because as your Cinderstorms come out, they curve. And it's weird. They won't all hit if you're just hitting it at front. They won't all hit. So move your target, your character slightly left, and then fire, and they all hit. Trust me. Kindling is also very strong. Yeah. Every time you crit, your combustion takes 1 second off. So if you're critting a lot, fucking hell, your combustion's coming back up within a minute. But I prefer Cinderstorm. But I do change these to a lot within raid. Okay, guys, I do change these a lot. I'm always changing my talents. Yeah, so for AoE, I'd go Conflag, I'd go Living Bomb, and yeah, that's it. Living Bomb all day long, and Conflag because it just spreads even more to each target. It's just like another dot just spreading everywhere, and that's what you want, that damage, that consistent spreading damage around. Alright, guys? Cool. Alright, let's move these back to single target then. Yeah, cool. Alright, so let's move on then. So, what I want to talk about now quickly is the Fire Mage artifact path and the path that I've followed. And I've got this guide. Off of IT Veins, and a lot of Fire Mages are following this exact path. And I'm giving it to you. If you don't really know what way to go, I mean, this is the perfect route for you to go as a Fire Mage for your artifact path. Okay. Alright, guys. So you're gonna start. You're gonna have Phoenix Flames anyway, because that's the ability you get with your artifact. From there, you'll push out to Wings of Flame. You'll take Wings of Flame and you'll head up to Cauterizing Blink, giving you that self-heal every time you blink. From there, you'll move to Pyroclasmatic Paranoia, increasing damage dealt by a Pyroblast, which is your bread and butter, by 6%. Yeah, so you want to be getting that ASAP. Right, moving down to Fire at Will, reducing the cast time of your Fireball by 12%. Again, you're laughing, you're casting Fireballs constantly, you don't stop. You're constantly casting Fireballs, bum, 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 all the time. You don't stop as a Fire Mage. So that is outstanding. You want to be taking that as soon as possible. And then straight away to Pyretic Incantation, whatever that fucking says. Each consecutive crit you deal, yeah, increases your crit damage by 5%. So if you're constantly critting, especially on your opener, it increases it by 5%. So your damage is going to go through the roof. Alright, guys? From there, back to the beginning, push out to Great Balls of Fire. Alright? Increase damage dealt by your fireball by 12%. You see where I'm going here, guys? These are all your main abilities. Big Mouth increases your Dragon's Breath range by 3 yards. Doesn't sound like much, but it is, and it helps a lot. Alright? Ever Burning Consumption increases damage dealt by your Ignite by 12%. Your Ignite's your dot. You need that. Yeah? You can rank that up 3 times, yeah? So 12%. Incredible. And then straight down to Phoenix Reborns, yeah? Target affected by your Ignite have a chance to erupt in flames, taking 15,193 additional fire damage and reducing the remaining cooldown of Phoenix Flames by 10 seconds. Alright, guys? This apparently procs a lot, so your Phoenix Flames come back a lot, which is outstanding for AoE to splash damage and single target. Okay, guys? From there, depending on what your raid wants or what you want to do, really, I mean, you can either go single target or AoE. AoE, Burning Gaze to Aftershocks. Aftershocks being, when you flame strike, you call down an additional pillar of fire. So it goes shh, shh. My sound effects are on point tonight. I practiced that earlier, trust me. I'm all over it like a tramp on chips, mate. Alright? Boom. That's exactly what it sounds like. From there then, fire at will. If you're going single target, guys, Reignition Overdrive. Yeah, increased damage dealt by your fire blast, sorry, by 8%. And then straight up to Blast Furnace. Fire Blast deals an additional 19,000 damage over 9 seconds. And then from there, you'll just take Molten Skin, Blue Flame Special, finished on Scorch Earth. Alright, guys. With your artifact weapon, you will get your last relic by completing your Mage quest line as soon as you get into the Legion itself. So do that as soon as you can. Right? And make sure you're upgrading your scrolls by speaking to the NPC upstairs to get your research notes. So you can basically what this does is artifact knowledge level 6, increase your artifact power gain by 275%. Stamina increased by 0.75% for every trait, and you can purchase up to 34 traits. Yeah, so you want to be. It's on like a 2-day cooldown. So get in there, buy it with your all the resources, your artifact knowledge, and then as soon as you got it, buy it again. Okay, guys. So you want to be upgrading it as soon as you can, really. Cool. Right. So relics, and these relics are up here. Until you get best in slot relics, you want to be prioritizing pyroclasmatic paranoia relics over anything, really, and your fire at will relics over anything. Okay, because obviously that reduces your cast time with your fireball and increases damage dealt by your fireball by 12%. Alright, guys. And I've got a Cortizing Blink one there. To be fair, that one isn't too bad. I mean, I need to get a few more from raid. So that's relics then, guys. Yeah, you'll get them drops in dungeons, you'll get them drops in raids, world quests. Just making sure you always prioritise eye level over anything until you get best in slot relics. Okay, guys? Cool. Right, we're going to quickly jump into your ability priority list. Yeah, this is how you're going to use your abilities. Alright? So, you're going to use your Rune of Power when combustion is off cooldown. Yeah, ensuring you don't sit on 2 charges. Rune of Power being that there. So don't sit on 2 charges, and you're always going to use one with combustion. Use combustion when it's off cooldown. Ensure you have 2 charges of Phoenix Flames. Flame 1 is off cooldown, and you have at least 1 charge of Fire Blast to maximise that burst you're about to put out onto the target and just absolutely fucking annihilate it. Just make sure you have that, okay, guys? Use Rune of Power if it has 2 charges, like I just said. Cast Phoenix Flames if you're sitting on 2+ charges. Yeah, don't sit on 3 charges. Just cast one off to get that instant crit to give you a free Pyro Blast. Okay, guys. Cast Flame 1 to reset Fire Blast charges. Yep. Cast Dragon's Breath if it's off cooldown. Cast Fireball to generate healing up, and cast your Fire Blast to generate Hot Streak. Cast Scorch if you have to move, if no charges of ice floats. Okay, guys? Alright, just a quick one. We just went through the abilities, and that's going to be like your priority list and how you're going to prioritize your abilities. Alright, guys, pretty self-explanatory. As a fire mage, you should know this anyway if you've done it. But if you are fresh to fire mage, yeah, just rewind that and go through that again so you understand that methodically. Okay, guys. Just quickly then, spells that do not cancel or trigger your heating up. Yeah, I'm going to quickly go through that because a lot of people don't really know this. Alright, but this isn't gonna make your heating up turn into a hot tree, alright? Or it's not gonna cancel it. These abilities are Dragon's Breath, Blast Wave, Living Bomb, Cinderstorm, Meteorite, Frost Nova, Flame Strike, Blink, Ice Block. Okay, guys. So don't be using these spells to think, oh, I can use that to get my heating up to a hot streak, because it ain't gonna happen. That ain't how you do it. Right, that's what your Fire Blast charges are for, and what your Phoenix Flames charges are for. Alright, guys? Okay, cool. Alright, let's move on to... Sorry, guys, my mouth. Let me just quickly take it some more. Alright. So, everyone's probably thinking, if you're new to Fire Mage, especially in Legion, you're probably thinking, Phoenix Flames, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this, Big Red? You're chatting shit. Nah, bro, I'm not. Alright. Phoenix Flames is an ability you get with your artifact weapon. Okay, guys? Phoenix Flames there, yeah? Which is this ability here. Alright? So, what Phoenix Flames is a fantastic tool for both single target and AoE burst, because it splashes, yeah, and it deals, let's see, it damages and splashes for 30k fire damage to other nearby enemies. Yeah, that is outstanding, alright? Use this single target and multi-target. It's outstanding. Okay, it's instant cast, guaranteed crit. Best used for AoE bursts. Enable priority damage when Fire Blast is on cooldown. Alright, so you can be using this if you have no Fire Blast charges. You can be using that to fish for your hot streak procs. Because it's a guaranteed crit. Yeah, that's what you want to be doing as a fire mage. You want to be getting 1 crit for your heating up, 2 crits successively for your hot streak. Alright, guys? But try and save 2 charges for this for after the open out when there's no charges of Fire Blast, so you can just hack again and get those procs going for more DPS onto the target. Alright then, what are we going to do now? Let's go on to the single target rotation as the fire mage. Alright, guys, I do apologise about that. I've just had to cut a video off and record the rest of this bit again, because I'm an absolute noob. Where I've been recording longer than 25-minute videos, my voice started echoing, so I didn't realise what was going on until I looked on the internet, and obviously I was using both audio, so I had to disable my webcam audio so the voice stopped echoing. And I was like, what's going on? It's frustrating me so much. But in the end, I found it online and sorted it out. Okay, so let's go straight on to what we're talking about. The single target rotation then. Okay, guys? Alright, so ultimately what you're going to be doing is, let's talk through it first so you understand it before I even go into it. Alright, so number 1, you're going to use your Potion of Deadly Grace. From there, you're going to pre-cast Pyroblast at 4.5 seconds on your DBM pull timer. If that don't crit, okay, you're gonna Fireball or Phoenix Flames to get your crits and to get your hot streak going. All right. So hope and pray that Pyroblast crits, so you can use a Fire Blast to get that into a hot streak straight away, so you can start your rotation. All right. So the quicker you get your rotation into Rune of Power, Combustion with a free Pyroblast good to go, that is when your rotating proper starts. So from there, so we're taking this for example, I've just fired at the target, it's crit, so I Fire Blasted into Rune of Power, Combustion, I now have my Combustion up, my Rune of Power down, and 1 charge of instant cast Pyroblast. From there I'm going to fire that off. I'm going to use Fire Blast, Pyroblast, Flame On, Fire Blast, Pyroblast, Fire Blast, Pyroblast. From there, depending whether your rune's dropped off, put your rune back down. Phoenix Flames, Pyroblast, Phoenix Flames, Pyroblast, Phoenix Flames, Pyroblast. Alright, it's a lot to take in, I know, but it becomes second nature to you, I promise you. And you'll see that as you go through being a fire mage. It becomes second nature. Alright guys, and I'll show you that in real time now. Of course there's loads of people here now. Alright, so let's just use this target here. So let's say DBM pool 10. Alright, so you're going to pre-pot. Time warp. Pre-cast Pyroblast. Hoping and pray that crits. Of course it didn't. Alright, so we're going to throw another one just so it crits. Put your rune and power down. Combustion. Straight into your rotation then. Alright. And from there, from there, bomb, 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 bomb. My legendary just proc, so I'm going to fire that off. And then you go into your Phoenix Flames, rotation. And then you go straight into the Fire Mage, just normal priority list, which is firing your instant casts off with your fireballs, hoping for a 3-on back. And obviously my legendary keeps proccing, so I'm going to hard cast now. Put that rune of power down, straight back in. And you can see that I've just got a 3-1 back there. You can see I'm doing over 250k damage here per second. Alright, so you're just hoping for that 3-1 back, alright? And then you're building up, as again, it's just done it again. You're building up for your next combustion to come up, and as soon as that's up, you can start your burst again. So I've got 42 seconds till it's up. So I'm literally just I'm doing my priority list, what I went through with you earlier. Christ, RNG loves me tonight. I'm getting a lot of crits on that. Okay, so again, you're just firing them off, hoping and praying that you get a 3-1 back. Look at that, it's crit loads. My legendary never procs like this. Now that I'm making a guide, it's like, yeah, I'll crit constantly for you. I'll proc constantly for you. Nice one. Alright, so we've got 4 seconds. 3. Alright, so we want to have flame on them. 1 charge of fire blast at least. 2 stacks of Phoenix Flames, so we're laughing here. So rune of power down, combustion, and then you go straight into your normal one again. Yeah, fishing for them instant cast Pyroblasts. Alright guys, and that is it, and then you just go straight back into the normal burn phase of the Fire Mage, which is just casting your fireballs with instant cast Pyroblasts at the same time, hoping for a free Pyroblast back. Like that. RNG is loving me tonight. Look at this! This never happens. What's going on? Alright, so I've dropped my rune of power down, cast my Pyroblast for my legendary, and then get the instance off just to keep that damage rolling. Alright guys, you can see what I'm doing here is it does become natural, and you'll notice that and you'll feel it, trust me. Alright, you'll feel it as you play. It becomes natural. You know what buttons to press and when, and you know when it's going to pop up, and trust me, you'll see what I mean. And it feels right, you know. You just know it's gonna, you know when to press it, and you know. So I've got 16 seconds until my combustion's off cooldown. So I'm just gonna burn with firing off my normals, fireballs, and my instant cast pyros. Alright, so let's go. Let's hard cast my pyro blast to hopefully get a crit. It's gonna fucking absolutely spank my nan. Oh, it didn't really, did it? Well, that's upsetting. Alright, and then you're back into your normal rotation. You're just burning, firing your fireballs off your instant casts, hoping for them back like that. Alright, guys, and that is literally the rotation to a T. Depending if you've got AOE, you just drop down your living bomb if you've taken that, obviously. Don't forget your Cinderstorm's very good for AOE as well. Alright, guys. So that is your open sequence to a T, really. And don't forget, guys, you don't just have to precast pyro. You can on pull, you can fireball at 1.8, and as you fireball, Phoenix Flames. So you've got that crit already. From there, you'll rune of power, combustion, and then go straight into the rotation like normal. Yeah, like so. Yeah, it's completely and utterly up to you what you feel is best for you. But I like hard casting Pyroblast, hoping for that crit. Obviously, if it don't crit, then just smashing a couple of Fire Blasts in there, and then drop your Rune of Power down, Combustion, straight into Flame on Fire Blast, and then carry on the rotation that way. You need to get that Pyroblast, free Pyroblast going as soon as you can, because that's your key as your opener. Alright, guys? Alright, cool. So I hope you're happy with that. If there is any questions at all, trust me, just leave a comment and I'll reply, and I'll try and explain it in a bit more detail for you so you understand. Give you like a numbered priority list and how to when to cast it. You know, just let me know. Whatever dramas you have, I'll sort you out, I promise you. Alright, so let's move swiftly on to stat priority then for the Fire Mage. Okay, so stat priority. Number 1, crit. Number 2, intellect. Number 3, mastery. 4, haste. Versatility being our shittest stat. Versatility is the bottom there. Stack crit on everything you can. Just stack it, motherfucker. Just put it on everything, yeah. Because as soon as you combustion, all that remaining crit is going to your mastery anyway. So your burst is just going to be insane. So just stack it on as much as you can. All right. So I've stacked it here on my neck. I've got all my enchants or crit. Do you know what I mean? You just need to literally stack it on everything, guys. And then obviously follow swiftly by your intellect. Well, not swiftly. I don't know why I keep saying swiftly. It must be a shitty mannerism I've got. Not swiftly, but it's followed by intellect, because intellect is your main spat. Fuck, I can't even talk. Get a grip. Intellect is your main stat on each spell. So you'll see here on everything you've got intellect. That's just as a fire mage and a mage you do have. Okay, guys. Get a bit of haste in there, because you'll notice it in fights as well. If you've got low haste, it takes a long time to cast your spells. The more haste you have, the longer, the faster they cast, the more instant pyros you'll get. Alright, so do stack a little bit of haste, guys. Do stack a little bit. Don't be shy. Alright. Right. I'm just going to think now, guys. I think, to be fair, right, so let's conclude it, right, with a building up for your combustion, yeah? So ensure you have 2 charges of Phoenix Flames, right? Your Rune of Power is off cooldown, so you have at least 1 charge. Never sit on 2, okay? Flame On is off cooldown, so you can use it. And you have at least 1 or 2 charges of Fire Blast. Alright, guys? So that's how you build up for your combustion. So while you're waiting, you'll just be fire blasting into fireballs, and then you'll be firing them off. Alright, guys? And that's how you do it. Firing them off together. Hoping for that. There you go again. Alright, so that's how you do it. And when you know you're building up, you just build up for that. So you don't spend your flame on. You don't use that. You use your cinder storm instead. You won't use your phoenix flames. Alright guys? Alright, just so you're 100% happy, alright, I'm going to go through another rotation for you, okay? DBM pool 10. DBM pool 10. There we go. Christ. Alright, let's go. Please crit. Rune of power down. Yes! Straight into it then, guys. Boom. 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 Yeah, look, 650k crit, opener there. It is fucking OP. Alright, guys? You want to get this rotation nailed, because as soon as you've got it nailed, you are absolutely laughing. Your DPS will be so far in front of everyone else, you haven't got to worry about catching up, because you just be happy. And then from there, then you go into normal rotation, depending if you've got a legendary or not, which is fishing for your hot streaks and then fire them off at the end of each cast to get everyone back, like so. Like so. Alright guys, it's quite easy to learn. It is, and it does become like second nature once you've done it and done it and done it again. Because the more dungeons I do and the more raids I do, I just get better and better. And you do. It's one of the classes that you do feel so much satisfaction from when you go through dungeons and raids and you get better and better. Your DPS is improving and you're getting that boss down and you're getting that mechanic tied down to a T, and it is a good feeling, guys. And a fire mage is perfect for it. Trust me. Like I just hit nearly 800k opener there. It's just crazy. They are really, really strong at the moment, guys. Alright, so it is a good time to be a fire mage. Just fucking get in there and burn shit. Alright, guys. So I've covered opener, rotation, talents, artifact path, alternative openers. Alright, guys, if your pyroblast fails, yeah, guys, just make sure you come down to here and you practice your rotation on the dummies. Alright, and just get it nailed down so you know that you know that rotation, like the back of your mind. You know that you can just be like, sweep, sweep. You know it. It's in your head. Alright, guys. Okay, well that's going to conclude my my Legion Fire Mage guide. Alright, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something from it, especially if you're a new Fire Mage coming to Legion. I hope you've come onto my guide and thought, alright, that looks, you explained that well, that looks alright. But if you do have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. I swear to God, I'll write back to you as soon as possible. Explain whatever it is, your question or query, in more detail to help you. Alright, because that's what I'm here for in the day. I love this game. I love it with all my heart, right? I put so much time and effort into it, and I want to help you guys, alright? So if you do have any questions, queries or problems, let me know. Alternatively, if you've liked it, fucking smash that thumbs up, bruv. Alright, and I appreciate that so much. Like, comment, subscribe, get my subscribers up, because I love that shit. Alright, guys, that's going to be me. Yeah, BigRedsGaming out. Peace. Until next time, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks very much for watching.